Good morning, and welcome to another rousing edition of the Sunday Hangover Show. Okay, so what do we have event-wise today? We have Valentine's Day. So as usual, that should be an interesting topic. Our sponsor for this week's show is chocolate balls. That's like easy enough to start there. So, Valentine's Day. Now this is kind of a very important day for those that are involved in a relationship, those that are not involved in a relationship, those are looking to be involved in a relationship. So I guess the easiest way, I don't know if anybody had snow, but we in the Northeast this week, we definitely had some snow. So let's start with this. If you ever buy your wife and or girlfriend, either one, a snowblower for Valentine's Day, there's about 100% chance that you will never get blown in the snow. So there's that. So kind of take that one off your list as quickly as possible. I've also always been curious how you celebrate Valentine's Day in prison, if that's a thing. Like, does it end up being more packs of cigarettes for some sort of conjugal relationships? Does it end up being more? I mean, because I don't think guys can smoke in the prisons anymore, so I'd imagine that it would be like maybe fruit roll-ups or some other delicious treats that you would have to barter, you know, to get any action for Valentine's Day in prison. Okay, next question. So, see, I'm very lucky on Valentine's Day because my wife hates me, so that doesn't really set the bar high. So whatever I do is probably, you know, I don't want to say appreciated, but I mean, short of actually, you know, me getting a piano dropped on me on Valentine's Day, which would probably be the perfect gift for her, but otherwise, I really don't have to set the bar that high. Now, granted, if you have kids, you have to make sure that you get something for your wife, you know, from the kids. Otherwise, you will definitely be doomed in that same regard. Like, and that's why we go back to the sponsor. Like, there's so much hype and literally they have so many things out there. And like, it's the make it or break it day, you know, as far as, you know, love and relationships are concerned. Now, here's like a side story. If you're going to go out for Valentine's Day, you probably shouldn't go to a sports bar. And I'm not saying, you know, find a nice restaurant or something like that. You know, I can't imagine, and like I said, I try very rarely to be sexist at all. I don't know if there's a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I think that women want to be treated, and like I said, try not to be sexist and say that women aren't sports fans, because women are sports fans just as much as men. But at sports bars really doesn't really do it. Doesn't really work, I think, in that capacity. So try to stay away from that. Other things, like the chocolate thing is kind of played out, and that's why, you know, I think the idea of chocolate balls is great, because I mean, of course, you could paint 90 scenarios about, you know, balls in the mouth, but that's one thing or another thing. Now, somebody then invented this, and it's got to be at least 10 years ago, where they started making like chocolate body parts, chocolate dicks, chocolate boobs. But now that's a creative gift. Now, even if you don't have the guts, like to buy this like for your partner, I'll tell you what, buy it for like a boss that you don't like, and then just like don't leave a note. Like, just imagine that person like that spends 365 days a year being an asshole, and they open up the present and there's like a big giant chocolate wang. Like, that's fantastic. Like, I don't know if that the companies thought that. I mean, I like I said, I always consider that everybody's got an oral fixation to some degree or another. So, I mean, seriously, one of the good things. Flowers, tricky. Like, flowers are definitely going to die. Jewelry can get lost. So that's another thing. You know, have a nude painting of yourself done and then have that given to your significant other. I think that's a fantastic idea. More so for men, you know, because a guy would never like sit in a room long enough so someone could paint him naked. I think that's a great idea for Valentine's Day. Especially, like I said, you think about the balance of things. Like, I always think, like, good-looking guys, like, Valentine's Day is like their Christmas. Like, they really don't have to do anything because they've already been gifted to be good-looking, so they really don't have to put any added effort in there at all. Now, ugly guys, on the other hand, well, that's why there's the internet. You know, you can find 50 different Valentines. Direct message me and I'll tell you some sites to go on. They'll be your Valentine. I don't know, for whatever the going rate is, $35.99. Neither here nor there. All right, so back to Valentine's Day and the importance of also, you know, try not to forget, like, the little things, and I am sentimental with that. If you have a daughter, make sure you get your daughter a Valentine. That's important. Sons, doesn't matter, but, you know, that look out for your daughter. Make sure you get her something nice. I'm hoping that my 13-year-old gets no Valentines, because I'm already on a mission to pretty much break the legs of every 13-year-old to 15-year-old boy in our neighborhood, and I don't want to add anybody else to the list. So that's one piece of the puzzle. All right, so let me think. I mean, I could probably go on and on and on. The Valentine's Day guarantee. This is the biggest mistake I think that men make. If you spend all this coin and spend all this cash for Valentine's Day, there is no guarantee that you're going to get any action. So take that, and this probably definitely reaches out to the younger guys, because I know you younger guys think, it's the... I'm like, listen, if you're not on top of your game, then seriously, like the part that we talked about earlier, if you take your girl out to a sports bar, most likely you're going to have to buy some hand lotion, because that's how the night's going to end for you. You know, so pick the right place, a little bit romantic, something like that. Make sure the gift that you pick out is something that they need, you know, not something that you need. If you ever buy something for a woman that you like, it is the wrong gift. It has to be something that she likes. So make sure. That's the only thing I can tell you. Otherwise, like I said, hand lotion city. Otherwise, have a great Valentine's Day week. Be careful in the remainder of the winter, and I am out.